How's it going, Ding Dongs? Welcome back to Ding Dong Drift. Today's video is going to be a little different because in today's video, I'm going to be renovating my garage. Actually, I wouldn't call it renovating. It's just going to be more of a overhaul. I'm going to be moving some stuff around because I want to be able to fit the truck in the garage, but to fit the truck in the garage, there has to be absolutely nothing in front of it. So everything that's in that corner over there has to go somewhere else. Yeah, a lot of stuff has got to go. I'm just going to throw it on the time lapse, and if you guys want to watch, you can watch. Chill music, time lapse, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, 8-hour flight, we just landed in Sorrento. Yeah. Came a long way from smoking Nicks and rockin' Echo. Sprinted to the telly, copped a room, make sure it's penthouse. 30 floors up, could see the world from out this window. Right. Nikki threw the ball about 30 yards and never intos. Juke/tween, dropping buckets like a sicko. Let's go. Hey, she got wet right off the intro. Wait until she hear the end goals. But for now, just put your hands on your ankles. Hold up, I'm in the south, getting high, smoking endo. Sipping Aperol and Prosecco. We don't got no itinerary, just go wherever the jet go. Gaming in a chokehold, cause coming up, I was always cutthroat. Give my respect with the utmost and save your little dumb jokes. Live this life by a code and we die for what we love most. Every verse I let the blood soak. Every verse I let the blood soak. Yeah. Yeah, 2 words locked in, high speed, Mach 6. They flock when I pop shit, your style try to jock his. 2 birds, 1 nick, my team come with. These twats try to box with the don of this hot shit regardless. Tell me what's a goon to a goblin. Say they in the field, I run this shit like Dave Goggins. Stop it, when my bitch a little too obnoxious, I press up on the nitrous and out like a light switch type shit. Not the one you wanna fight with, the guy you take flights with and calm in a crisis. Sharp blade, heads is chopped and place him on a pike tip to let the motherfuckers plot and see what they gon' die with. Surprise, bitch. These deep waters drown you once you dive in. Not me, I move like I'm a hybrid. I could do it all if I apply it. If I bulked up, studied film, stayed with it, shit, I could've won a Heisman. Stop lying. Alright, maybe that's a stretch, but I learned to be a vet. With my back against the fence, I defeated all the odds. Hey. Y'all let the sun stroke, these shots leaving gun smoke, yeah. Cause every verse I let the blood soak. Hey. Yeah. Every verse I let the blood soak.
Before we get too deep into this video, I'd like to thank this video's sponsor, Asperex, specifically their AXP200 power bank. This is a small and powerful battery power bank capable of outputting 200 watts to charge multiple devices at once. I like to use it to keep my cameras charged whether I'm out driving or filming this aurora that just happened here in Chicago. You can also use it to charge a laptop and they don't have an outlet or something. I like to use this to keep my laptop charged as well as top off my 3D scanner whenever I'm out scanning somewhere else. Power bank also has a built-in lantern. So you can use it when you're out camping. It has different modes. You can use it as a beacon with its flash function, or you could even use it for light painting or something different that you might think of. The lantern is also aimable, so you can aim it in different directions. If you don't want it pointing a certain way, you can aim it away from yourself. So if this power bank or any of their other products interest you, check out the link in the description as well as my discount code, which will give you the lowest price on this power bank that you could get. Thank you again to Asperex for sponsoring this video. Holy shit, I'm exhausted. But for the most part, this is the new layout. I still have to open this rolling cabinet and fit it somewhere, and I have no idea where I'm gonna put it. Because the truck will literally have 12 inches from the wall if it's like right up against the garage door. Yeah, that won't fit in there, like behind the truck. Gotta figure something out. The biggest problem is the spare 1UZ. I think I have to get rid of it. I think I need to get like a storage unit so I could just like store stuff like that. So store the engine, store more wheels. You can see, got the wheel rack up there. I couldn't fit the IM wheel rack here because you can't mount it on the same stud. And then there's only this much, these 2 studs right here, and you can't fit 4 wheels here. So that was a no-go. The reason I got this cabinet is to mount all the table tools and the CNC machine. So like the vise, drill press, bench grinder, those will all go on the cabinet because it has a solid wood top so that I can just put the tools on it, and then all my like drill bits, stuff, consumables will all go inside of there. I don't know if it's gonna fit. I mean, I guess let's just pull it out, see if we can get it to fit somewhere. Back on the time lapse, I'm exhausted. All right, it's a bit of a mess. I stuffed a bunch of stuff in the attic. You can see this is what the garage is looking like now. I test fitted the Tundra yesterday and it fit, surprisingly. There's like no room at all. Like I had to back it in so I can open the door, because if I were to drive it in forward, it would hit the wall over there, so I can't drive it in forward. So I can only back it in. There's like 2 inches on this side, but I can get rid of all this drywall eventually that's gonna be in the basement closet. So that will be a cleaner wall. So the truck will be over more and I'll have a little more room for the SC. As you can see here, not much room here as well. The main thing sticking out is the wheel on the engine stand. And I think I'm gonna reorganize this a little bit. I'm gonna put the engine all the way by the rack, inflatable booth in front of the engine, and then the welder over here so that I can access it easily. I'm also gonna hang the wheel dollies on the wall. I'm probably gonna take this thing down. It's only good for shovels, which I only have a snow shovel that I can just put over there somewhere. Pressure washer is going inside so it doesn't freeze over the winter. Compressor is gonna stay here. Yeah, diesel heater is gonna get mounted outside, and I'm gonna put a new window in and run just the heater hose through the window so that there's no fumes and stuff, because that thing does stink up the garage. But this is looking pretty good. I don't know if I mentioned that rack couldn't fit. Oh yeah, I did, because I said the studs don't line up. I did think about moving the cabinet forward, but then it would just be back where it was and in the way again. The reason I moved it back there is so it's not in the way of your head. Yeah, it's super annoying walking around it. But I could put it like here, and then I think the tires will be able to move over one more stud, because then the door will be able to open. So that's the only reason I put the tires over there. Because then if I move the tires over there, then I can put the other rack here as well. I'm actually liking this setup a lot more, because I can, work on my desk here. The car somehow has more room here. I don't understand how that works, because the rack is narrower than the table is, but somehow this is more roomy. Maybe it's because I used to have like the jacks in front of it. The jacks I'm gonna have to put somewhere else too. Well, that one can just stay there because I don't use that one, but those are over here and they fit with the truck. Now, the main thing that doesn't fit anywhere at all is this. I'm thinking it's just gonna go here in between the cars. I can't test fit both cars right now because of this fucking thing, which is going away this weekend because I'm filming this on Monday. So this is going away finally, and then we'll be able to put 2 cars in here and I'll be able to see where this will fit. But I'm pretty sure it will fit right here, because the truck was like somewhere over here, and that might be enough room because this thing's pretty narrow. So all I have left to do now is put the vise and grinder and drill press on this thing. And now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of tight, especially because of this thing. This thing's huge, but I think I can figure out a way to do it. I might have to do like drill press on the front, grinder on the back, because this is you can push it around, wheel it, so you can just walk around it to use multiple tools. But this thing will probably have to go in the center or something. I don't know, we'll see. God, this thing is so damn heavy. Almost broke my back putting it on here. All right, so let's do that. Let's move all the big tools over to this thing. right, there we have it. Everything's mounted, nice and sturdy. Nothing's gonna move. This can tilt up and down. This is out of the way of the drawers. Super simple. I can just move this around, put it wherever I need it in the garage, because this is gonna be like the fabrication cabinet. So wherever I'm working on something, whether it's in the back of the car, front of the car, I can just move the cabinet over there and I'll have everything in there. So the first drawer is just gonna be all CNC stuff. So all the CNC tools, materials, and everything that I need is right here. Nice and easy to access. The CNC machine is now empty, so it's not held up a lack of storage. Next drawer is gonna be all my drilling stuff. So everything drilling related and a little bit of, what are those things called? I don't know, the little carbide bits. And then next up, it's gonna be tapping threads and stuff. So got my shitty little tap and die set here. I'll probably get a nicer one someday, but don't really need it. I don't really tap and die that much stuff. And then next stuff, I haven't started yet. This will be grinding maybe. I'll probably move stuff around. But the main reason I wanted to do this is because my other toolboxes are getting absolutely destroyed. So I took all the drilling stuff out, took some of the cutting stuff out. Tape looks good, but then we get to the small drawers and that's what thing, oh my God. I don't even know what's in here. I haven't looked in here in years. And then just random stuff. So, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Ugh, terrible. Everything's just, okay, that's not too bad, that's just pens. But yeah, it's getting a little crammed in these two little toolboxes. This isn't bad. This is all my sockets. Looks nice and cool, unless you open it all the way, and then it gets a little scary again. So I'm gonna 3D print organizers for all of this, because see these little sockets, they roll around everywhere. Super annoying. Can't see the numbers. Wrenches, also not too bad. Screwdrivers, not too bad, unless you open it all the way. And all this starts to, yeah. So I'm gonna be 3D printing organizers for all this stuff. I'll show you guys how to do that. This especially drives me insane. And then electrical, not too bad. Electrical number 2, a little could be better. And then we get to the absolutely random, just stuff. It's just stuff. These are the bad ones. And then randomly a decent hardware drawer and more random. And then heavy stuff. This is the Persuasion drawer. So the plan is to do some more organizing, move stuff around. Like the hardware drawer is gonna be basically removed and all the hardware is gonna go in here. I'm going to organize, make more little shelves here. Because you can see I'm already storing bolts here. I have bolts here. So I wanna consolidate. Because right now, like, I'll grab a bolt here, but then I have to go over there to get washers. I want to organize that. These are still going to be tools. I'm just going to put a door on this because right now it gets super dusty, everything. I just got to put a door on that, put some shelves in here, and then all those like rivet things and riv nut things. Those will go in the bottom drawers on that one because it's fabrication. Makes sense, right? Yeah, still a lot to do, but for the most part, I am liking this new setup. The cabinet actually will fit here in between the car and the table. So if I'm not using it, I can just scoot it in there and park the truck in here. But I'm also thinking it might fit here behind the truck. Because when I parked the truck, I parked it like to here and there was still a little bit of room to the garage door. So I think if I park the truck like right to where the garage door closes, this might squeeze in there because this isn't very wide. This is like 1.5 feet, maybe 20 inches. And I think it might be able to squeeze back in here. If not, I'll figure something out. Once this drywall is gone, the truck can go more this way. So maybe it'll just fit right here. Whatever, I'll figure something out. It's not that big of a problem. Another thing gotta do is mount the snowboard and skateboard. Oh, speaking of skateboard, check out this board I just got. So I bought 2 actually. One for skating, one for hanging as art, because it is freaking awesome art. Toy Machine absolutely killed it, and Ed Templeton, sick as deck, love it. So I'm gonna hang this one, and then I'm gonna pick up skating on another one, because I haven't skated in a while. I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Oh, welder is gonna go by the garage door so that I can access it easily, because obviously I can't get to it here. Say the car is, no engine and I need to weld something. How am I gonna move it? Welder's gotta be by the door, so I could just open the garage, swing it out. Engine's gonna move all the way here, and I think the inflatable booth I'll be able to put either in the sunroom or the shed. I'll figure something out. It's looking pretty damn good. I'm excited. It's always fun reorganizing things because you like create room somehow. It's weird. Like the diesel heater used to be up there, so I wasn't able to fit a fifth wheel, but now I am. So the Tundra wheel is up there so that I can make the center cap for it and then turn it into a table. And then this wall, like I was saying, with all the shovels and stuff, I'll probably get rid of it, that like shovel thing, and then put like shelves there. So I can just put more stuff up there. We'll see, figure something out. Kind of a fun little juggling game. And then next year, I'm gonna do drywall and epoxy floors, probably in the spring. So we could stop staring at pegboard and freaking insulation. The thing that's annoying is the walls are 8.5 feet tall. So like a 10-foot piece is way too long and an 8-foot piece is too short. And there's no like, you know how sometimes they have like the concrete, what are they called? Footers? I don't know what they're called. They have those like concrete things that raise it, 6 or 8 inches. Yeah, it doesn't have that. I don't understand why. They're 8.5 feet tall, but it's super annoying. And yeah, I really got to redo the ceiling, but it's looking pretty good, I think. Let me know what you guys think. How would you do things differently? If you have any suggestions for me for organization or whatever, and leave it in the comments. That is going to be it for this video, ding dongs. Kind of a random one. Just wanted to document the change because I like renovating and changing things because I think it's interesting. I like seeing how people set up their shops and their home garages and stuff. So I thought maybe you guys would find it interesting. Next video is going to be, I'm going to stop saying what the next video is going to be because I always change it. We'll see what the next video is going to be. Subscribe so you don't miss it. If you guys want to see these videos early and other exclusive content, make sure you check out the Patreon. It's only $2 a month. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, and that is going to be it for this one, ding dongs. So peace out, stay sweet, and I'll see you guys next week.
America, beautiful. Do you have your passport? Did you get your job?